so many players are confused about where they should be standing when it comes to the net position if their partner is serving on the same side of them. So this video, we're going to help you understand why you should stand a little bit further back and why you don't need to stand so close, so that when you play your games, you are covering all of the spaces. So the first thing I would say is that I am absolutely aware of this zone here being our no man's land when we were talking about, you know, beginner and intermediate paddle, and being a transition zone when we're talking a little bit higher up. So I know that from the service line to the second post is roughly our no man's land or our dead man zone or whatever you want to call it, but where we don't want to be standing during the point or when we're waiting for the ball. Now, if we're going to serve to the other side and I'm a left court player and my partner is serving from the same side as me, he is going to serve into that corner in the diagonal. He has to, it's part of the rules. So we know that the ball is going to be in that half of the court, which means it will be my responsibility to cover the tee. Now, if he serves down the middle, then it's mutual responsibility. But if he serves towards the glass or towards the corner, then it will be my responsibility to cover the tee. In this situation, I would actually take one more step back and be in line with the second post. Now, I know that we've just said that no man's land is from second post to the service line, but what happens is he serves from that same zone, and I'm in a good position here to see what that serve is like. And actually, in this particular instance, if he serves into the corner, should be one step in front of me. So he will come slightly closer to the net, and I will stay about at this second post because it's my job to cover this. It's also my job to come back and play the bandeja here. And if he's really good and aggressive with his serve and it's going to produce a weak response, then yes, I can take one small step closer. But I definitely do not want to be up close to the net here when we're serving in Australian formation, because there's no way that I can cover this part of the court, which is my responsibility. Now, when we explain this on our other social media, a lot of people are saying, well, what happens if he plays fast angle down to the fence? First of all, if my partner has hit a half decent serve, that is already a very difficult shot. Anyone who is playing that is probably making that shot 1 or 2 times out of 10. It's why you don't ever really see the World Padel Tour players hitting a fast angle with spin down to that fence. So if he is serving and it is a good shot, I will take one step forward anyway. So I will be able to cut off the majority of those shots with one step. If he doesn't hit such a good serve, I am looking at my opponent and thinking, are they going to lob? If they look like they're going to hit a lob, I will stay by my second post and I will be prepared for this. If it looks like they're going to hit fast, and our opponents might do that in a match, then after his serve, I will take a step in. And again, I am one step to covering this. If for whatever reason they hit this small 2 foot by 2 foot angle that hits on the fence, I'll either go, great shot, really well done, see if you can do that again, because he is more than likely, or she is more than likely, to make a mistake on it. Or if it's softer and more bouncy, I will allow that ball to bounce, come off the fence, and I will be in a good position for it. So this is really important to understand. People are so worried about this really small target area going towards the fence, but actually you should be much more concerned about covering these major gaps in the court where they are most likely to hit. If you're in a match and you are finding that they are hitting that angle a lot, you have to either improve the serve and make the serve a little bit more aggressive, because if the serve is, like I said earlier, even half decent, that will be a very difficult shot. Or you just need to take that extra step forward and be ready and expecting the ball at net. Often, players might be in this position here. They might be in the right court position to begin with, but they're sitting there on their heels, waiting for their partner to serve, and then they're leaving this big wide open space. But they need to be like this. Their partner serves, they're here split stepping, and they're ready to move across to cover that gap. Because there's no way that that should be happening once you start playing more matches and you improve your level. This movement at net is so important, and so we've got a video up in this corner about how to get faster at net so that you can be much more effective.